Yo, what's up, guys? A Bizzle. Um, are you struggling to make conversations with people? I get that. Been reading a few books lately that have helped me a lot, but it's a lot about asking questions of people and getting them talking. That's how I kind of learned to keep a conversation going, like, infinitely. Like, if you were to have a conversation with someone, never ran out of things to say, just get used to fucking asking the questions and getting them talking. And when they're doing all the talking, you're fucking Gucci, so get people talking. Best part about it is it helps you kind of get the focus off of yourself. So instead of you always being like, oh my god, like there's so much pressure on me right now, and you know that feeling, right? When you're sitting there and you're like, I don't know what to say to this person, what good, and like all that shit's going on through your head. Probably doesn't come out that way, but you feel a sense of pressure. But when you're focused on the other person, that sense of pressure is just not there. And when you take the pressure off yourself, you know what happens? You can breathe. And when you can breathe, you can fucking express yourself, and you can bring out your real self, and all that. And people, like, think about it, like how much, look at me, like I'm making YouTube videos just fucking talking, right? And think about how much you love talking about yourself, right? And think about how much everyone likes talking about themselves. It's the same shit, right? People love talking about themselves. So if you can get people talking about themselves, then so be it. And if you're like me, you're just a fucking selfish asshole, and you need some motivation as to why you should listen to people talk about themselves, here's the reason. One, first of all, it's kind of nice to care about people, because typically they reciprocate, and it just feels kind of good. Two, everyone has a different life story. Everyone has something they know that you don't know. And when you're talking, you're not going to learn something, but when you're listening, you have the opportunity to learn. So at the end of the day, you could be walking away from that person learning something you've never learned before. Okay, so keep that in mind. With that said, oftentimes I still just like sit in my head, and something I've kind of thought about lately is it's important to also feel comfortable with yourself. You want to feel at ease. You want to feel, within your own body, you're comfortable. And if you're not, it's something to look into. So for example, for me, I really want to get more fit and feel good about myself. That's kind of what I'm insecure about. So like, it's good to work on these things, right? And to feel comfortable with yourself, because what I've found is so much of like human to human interaction is like people vibe off how you feel, right? And people can tell how you feel. And if you haven't heard about mirror neurons, kind of look that up. But it's this like scientific thing whereby if we're looking at something, the same neurons that are firing in that person's head are slightly firing at a smaller scale in our own head. So like, I still struggle with it from time to time, and I'm still working at it. And I think it's a good mentality to keep, where it's like you're just always growing. Yeah, it's called the Zen mind or the beginner mind or something. And that's how I feel, where it's like I'm still growing, I'm still pushing myself, I'm still trying to get there. Like, one thing that I'm making a conscious effort to do is to produce YouTube videos every day. So one, I think it's sick for me to be able to help people, and if I can get a following of people who are actually interested in what I have to say, I'd be even more interested in sharing. I love sharing, okay? I love the stuff that's helped me, to be able to give it to someone else that might be going through the same thing and help them. I think that's like just an uplifting feeling. It's authentic, it's real, right? And I appreciate that. Another one is I'd love to have some haters. I'd love to just like have a bunch of people on my video being like, dude, you're fucking hairy as shit, and why the fuck are you making videos? Because you like shit like this. Like, I think when I was younger, I bought a shirt and it said, if you're not being hated on, you're not doing shit. And I don't know why, but as a teenager, like early 20s, I read this shirt and I was like, this is so dope. Like, this is so sick. Like it resonated so hard with me. And it's probably because like I don't even get that much attention, like the places I go and the things I do, I don't even get that much attention, right? So maybe that was part of the reason. But like that's kind of like what I want to do, because a part of me makes me feel like for someone to hate on you, they need like to have a certain amount of emotion there about you. And what one of my friends said, and this kind of ties into sales, is like that emotional energy can be changed into like love, can be changed. And this is like super abstract, I don't even get it, but like it's kind of like if someone like hates you so much and you can take that energy and change it into like liking you, then that intensity is carried into liking you, you know, like that's kind of how I saw it. Social anxiety has been a very hard thing, and I'm going to put that in another video, but that was a kind of brief video on conversations and comfort with yourself. So yeah.